David Graf. Please give him applause.
Thank you.
Sorry, David.
No, thank you for the warm welcome. So yeah, my name, David Graf. Thank you everybody for coming here. Today's presentation is about connecting liquidity and uniting blockchain ecosystems for a seamless user experience. I know it's a mouthful, but please bear with me. So let's kick this off with two quick questions. If your answer is yes, please raise your hand. So, who uses Twitter? Impressive. Thank you. All right, question 2. Do you care that Twitter uses Finagle for high-performance RPC? Not a single hand. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate the honesty. So this demonstrates something very important. Users do not care about technology. They care about the product. And in fact, abstracting away the complexities of technology and hiding it is one of the secret ingredients to really great products. So the point is, technology enables us to build products which then attract users. And that's how we get adoption. So let's examine the current state of our ecosystem and find out what's missing. There we go. Problems of builders. Picture this. You're constructing a house. You need to build walls, install windows, you need to cover the roof, and so on. And these things, they are part of your house. But you also need access to electricity, to the internet, to a road. And those things, they aren't your house. You don't want to build them. They're infrastructure. So why is this important? It's important because we face a similar situation in our ecosystem right now. Sure, the context is different. We're not building houses, we're building applications, DeFi applications, for example. But the principle remains the same. Because applications, they have something that makes them unique, and they have a lot of infrastructure requirements. So let's take a look at what the common DeFi building blocks are. And here we have them listed. So first, we have DEXs. Nothing of interest happens without exchange of some sort. You need exchanges for tokens, you need exchanges for NFTs, and so on. They are the heartbeat of every economy. And then, a little bit more sophisticated, we have flash loans. Flash loans, they allow you to take take huge amount of capital for a very short amount of time and do, for example, market balancing or rebalancing. It's really great to unlock static capital and balance markets. And then, also becoming more prominent recently, liquid staking. Liquid staking allows you to unlock static capital, put it to motion, and use it elsewhere in this decentralized economy. And we're here in the cosmos. We know that the future will be multi-chain. So there won't be just one chain, but there will be many chains that will interact with each other. But a lot of these different chains, they miss these basic building blocks. So right now, the current way of things are, every time a new chain launches, new teams come along and build these infrastructure. But that's kind of like reinventing the wheel every time you build a new chain. This is not how it's supposed to be. The infrastructure should be there so that the chains can, or the teams building the blockchains can actually focus on what makes them unique and their product. But make no mistake, those are problems of builders. Users do not care about them. It's only us people here who care about the problems of builders. With that in mind, let's shift our focus to the users. What do users care about? So one of the major limitations of the Cosmos ecosystem right now is the fragmentation of applications. So picture this. You have a cell phone. Everybody has, I assume. And you can only have a single application on your phone. And if you want to have multiple applications, you need to have multiple cell phones in your pocket. Well, that's ridiculous, right? Doesn't make any sense. But this is exactly the situation we have in our ecosystem right now. Because most of the applications, they operate exclusively on a single chain. So users who enjoy using multiple applications on multiple chains, they need to manage different wallets, different accounts, they need to seed the wallets. They might even use or have to use bridges or centralized exchanges to get the tokens there. And to make it even worse, navigating this cross-chain landscape that we talked about, it's really a highly challenging feat. Because one mistake and your funds are stuck in an IBC channel. And make no mistake, IBC is, without any question, the best interoperability protocol we have right now. But still, the technology is very early, and it requires careful attention to detail and technical know-how to navigate this landscape. And then the third point, fractured liquidity. This is another big one. So if you had the chance to listen to the panel yesterday about DeFi liquidity, we figured out that fractured liquidity is a major problem, and it will continue to be a major problem as the interchain and the blockchain world grows in number. So these three issues, each on its own, already can really harm the user experience and make the ecosystem less efficient. But together, they make it really frustrating and almost impossible to get adoption. Users, they shouldn't care about which chain their application is on or which tokens they have to use. It should just like work. That's how it's supposed to be. So the burning question now is, how do we fix this? And that's exactly where White Whale comes in. We're trying to provide builders with a critical infrastructure, with the building blocks they need to build great products. And at the same time, we're trying to bridge the gaps for users so they have a seamless experience. So how do we do this? The answer lies in an initiative we call Ride the Whale. I know it's kind of cheesy, but still. What is Ride the Whale? It's a joint venture between White Whale and a couple of other teams like Backbone Labs, Eris Protocol, and Raccoon. And our goal is to build true cross-chain applications and push the state-of-the-art forward. So White Whale, we originally come from the Terra ecosystem. We lived through the Terra crash. And at that time, we witnessed firsthand the danger of having your application just on a single chain, because everything we built and everything a lot of different teams built went down the drain. A couple of months later, we re-emerged from the ashes and built the first cross-chain protocol in the Cosmos ecosystem. Right now, we're live on 5 chains. We did this almost a year ago. And since then, we have been massively convinced by the benefits of cross-chain deployments. It gives you diversification of risk, more reach to community, and it allows you to develop more markets. But building cross-chain and scaling on a lot of different blockchains is a really technically challenging problem. So we decided to team up and found this joint venture and build together. So let's take a look at what each participant does. So at the core of everything, we have White Whale. We have a DEX and flash loan vaults. Critical infrastructure, as you remember a couple of slides earlier. And we bundled this into a standalone application that we ship to different chains. Right now, we're live on mainnet, on Injective, on Terra, on Comdex, on Juno, even Chihuahua chain. And we provide this infrastructure and these tools there. And then our partners start to build on top of us or integrate with us. So we have, for example, Backbone Labs. They provide a liquid staking token with a unique twist with NFTs. So you can for every liquid staking token there's an NFT collection that manages the delegation, so where to move the funds, and in return they receive some staking rewards. So in essence, you earn real yield with JPEGs, which is kind of cool. But the bottom line is, we provide infrastructure, the DEX, and wherever we go as White Whale, they just follow us along and ship their application right next to ours. Eris Protocol, same idea. So Eris Protocol has also a liquid staking token, but they're rather focused on unique DeFi applications. But still, we have our DEX, they have integrated it once, and now they're shipping with us to all these different chains one by one, and it's really a simple process. Because one of the challenges of building cross-chain is, imagine you have a liquid staking protocol and you need interfaces to a DEX. So you go to chain 1, interface the DEX. Chain 2, different DEX. Interface it again. Chain 3, and so on. So you have 20 chains one day, and you have to manage the technical interface and the relationship with 20 different DEXs. That doesn't scale. That doesn't work. And with White Whale, it's really easy. They just do it once, and we have our application everywhere. So they integrate with us once, and now everywhere where we go, right now it's 5 chains, eventually it will be 20, they can just ship their application within an afternoon. And that enables scaling. That's why these teams are building with us. Raccoon Rather unknown, but still very interesting case study. So Raccoon is a very small team. They develop games for the ecosystem. It's not critical infrastructure, but still, games have a large market. But what's really interesting here is they allow users to play with any token. So the users can just put in whatever token they want, and our DEX auto-converts it into the required in-game currency so the smart contracts can settle the transaction. But the user doesn't know. He doesn't care. That's how it's supposed to be. So we talked a lot about cross-chain protocols and different apps on different chains, but still, these communities, these teams, they need a place for their token, a place for their DAO. They need a home. So let me present to you Migalu, the home of the interchain protocols. Migalu, we founded it, or the genesis was around 3 months ago. It's a standard Cosmos SDK chain. Notional would probably say we have the best Cosmos SDK chain because they helped us develop it and they use it for their chain template for nursery. But it's a pretty boilerplate Cosmos SDK chain with permissionless CosmWasm, so it's layer 1. And it's also highly decentralized. So we took great care into selecting our validators. We have an active set of 50, and it took us a lot of effort and time to speak and get to know every validator we have on our chain. And we know what every validator does and what they offer, what they bring to the ecosystem. So this allows us to really create a very decentralized and efficient ecosystem of teams that have vested interest in pushing our ecosystem forward. Another thing that I think everybody on the team is very proud about is that we were the first to integrate and to use Alliance. So for those of you who haven't heard what Alliance is a tool that allows you to control or tightly control the monetary policy of the chain. So you have inflation, and normally that inflation goes to stakers, like 100%. But Alliance allows you to direct that inflation where you want it to be. So we used it, for example, to allow cross-chain staking of Luna assets on our chain. So Migalu, 3 months ago, has been the first chain in the Cosmos ecosystem to achieve cross-chain staking. And this has been a remarkable feat. And ever since then, the technology has proven to be very valuable to us. So we talked a lot about different pieces of the puzzle. We have, this joint venture of cross-chain or teams building cross-chain applications. We have our own chain that's a layer 1, cross-chain staking, lots of different pieces. So let's take a look at how this all works together. We call it the value engine. So we have our chain, and there's the whale token. Users can take the whale token, they can stake it, and they earn inflation. So we decided to not hyperinflate our token away like unfortunately, many other projects did, which leads us to the current market we're in right now. But we decided to go for a very low base inflation of just 4%. And you can stake your token and earn it. And at the same time, with Alliance, you also start earning cross-chain assets. So right now, you earn, for example, Luna. So you stake Whale and you earn a basket of assets. Now, you bundle this dynamic into a liquid staking token. Remember, we work together with Backbone Labs and Eris. They have provided us these tokens. And you bundle this dynamic into a liquid staking token. Now, you can move this token to any of our satellite markets. Remember, we're on Injective, we're on Condex, and so on. And these satellite markets, they generate revenue. On every swap, there's a fee taken. On every flash loan, there's a fee. And the teams building with us, they amplify this. They route their volume through our DEX. Remember Raccoon with the games, or Eris protocol, which provides liquidity to our DEX. So they amplify it. And the fees, once a day, they're aggregated and used to buy back Whale. That means on all the chains we're going, we have daily buy pressure of Whale with all the fees we generated. And combined with a very low token inflation, this creates a significantly more sustainable tokenomic system that we had before. So where's this supposed to go? We're trying to, we took great care in building Migalu, in decentralizing the chain, in building the validator set. We have a joint venture of teams building true cross-chain applications. We're trying to solve the problems of the builders by providing infrastructure to different chains so they can focus on what makes their product unique. And we're also trying to help and solve the user's problems by bridging the gaps, by allowing them to access their applications with any token on any chain they want. And we believe this is the decentralized economy of the future, and that's what we're building. So thank you very much, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.